All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that woke you up a little bit, and welcome to the premiere podcast streaming on the Health Rebellion Begins on the Real Health Rebellion Radio pilot episode, where the chains of the medical matrix begin to break. So before we get started, I want to wish Charlie Kirk, my friend, a happy birthday. And I want to make sure you know that it doesn't seem right to say a co-host. We are equal hosts. We've done this before, but never live. Here's Dr. Jerry on here, and he is an innovator. And between the two of us, we have almost 120 years of experience. Yeah, we're old. I will admit that.
Now we're mature and we're not old.
But you know what? We're done with the system. The system is broken, and we're going to try and bring you every week, not only describing it, but solutions. There's we're just not going to complain. We're going to offer solutions. So welcome, everybody. And we are going to be live streaming today on YouTube. Our channel is the Real Health Rebellion Radio. Please sign up, please subscribe, and we're just more than grateful to have you subscribe to our program. So Dr. Jerry and I have walked away from the system script, and we're bringing you real healing, unfiltered, unafraid, unstoppable, and welcome with my good friend, Dr. Jerry. I guess you're glad to be here?
Yeah, good to be here, Ron. And it's about time that we started to say what we really believe, because so many doctors, what they're thinking, they're really afraid to say anything because they'll have their licenses revoked. Anyway, the system is broken, and it's not by accident, it's by design. And you and I know, and so many other people.
Oh, absolutely. And the system, it doesn't want us to be healthy. It wants us to have a pill for an ill and to be dependent for the rest of our lives, because that's how they make their money, on repeat customers, not curing people, not getting to the root cause, not from statins, not from antidepressants, not from endless screenings. We have a population out there that's medicated but never healed.
Reminds me of the joke where the two physicians are standing at the end of the bed at the hospital looking at the patient's chart, and they're saying, we know what's wrong with them, but do we really want to heal them?
Well, it's funny, but it's true. It's sad. The system is geared to having patients for life. You don't hear anything about root causes, and all you hear is endless television commercials about drugs. So it's not healthcare, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's Sickcare. Well, you know as well as I do that the healthcare system has become the third leading cause of death. Let that sink in, man. We've turned disease management into a $1 trillion industry.
Yeah, and as Dr. Jerry said, we spend the most of any developed country, and we get the least for our bang for our buck. We rank last in almost everything. So it's time to wake up, people. Realize the real health revolution isn't coming from the big pharmaceutical companies. It's coming from the grassroots. It's coming from people who are taking control of their biology, their energy, and their freedom. And as Dr. Jerry and I say, Hippocrates said, if you are not your own doctor, you are a fool. So that's where we're coming up. We're going to be talking about suppressed tools and forgotten truths.
Well, Ron, what really gets me is how much healing technology and ancient wisdom we already have, but it's ignored or censored, as with COVID, where they shot down the hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, all the natural remedies, so that they get approval for their poisonous vaccines. And they're not even vaccines, they're experimental drugs.
Yeah, they were experimental use only at that time. And you know what? Think of things we have talked about on our individual podcasts, like frequency medicine, photobiomodulation, energy healing, ozone, and even simple things like earthing or grounding. They can restore our body's communication systems, our biofields. But you know what, Jerry? They don't fit into the profit model.
Well, because it kills the cash cow. So that's exactly right. The body is electric. We're frequency based beings. Our cells communicate through light and vibration, as Fritz Albert Pop discovered back in the 1970s. And we're not just chemistry. So, yet modern medicine still treats us like a bag of chemicals and treats the rust on the fender by keep going after the symptoms. It's despicable.
Yeah, and they do this in a sneaky way by preventative medicine, they call it. But their preventative medicine is just finding diseases, and this will probably be a future uh, streaming for us. How many 30,000 diseases they make them up, but they never get to the root cause.
Well,
And
they call it preventative medicine because they don't want to prevent the loss of their income.
yeah, that's absolutely, that's where we're coming from, ladies and gentlemen. And the irony of it all is the future of medicine is energy medicine. It's already here. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. It's already here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And every major chronic disease, from diabetes to dementia, ties back to mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are like little Idaho potato powerhouses in the cells that create the energy. And unfortunately, you're getting cellular energy failure. So the solution isn't another drug. It's restoring the body's energy system and detoxing to clean out the garbage.
And if you're interested in this type of information, please subscribe to the Real Health Rebellion Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, on Spotify, on BitChute, wherever you get your podcasts. So that's what this show is going to be about. We're not just exposing what's broken, we're showcasing to you what works. We'll talk to innovators. We have an innovator coming on next week. We'll talk to you. That'll be a real special guest. We'll talk to researchers, healers, everyday people who took back their health without the system's permission. That's what we're about. So, the truth. What's the truth in this whole thing, Jerry?
Here's the truth. Rebellion isn't chaos. It's clarity. It's saying no more drugs, no more toxins in our food, no more microwave frequency in our homes, no more lies in our labs. Absolutely.
No more chemtrails. You could go on and on, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, from our point of view, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be silent any better. No more silence from those who know better. And with Dr. Jerry and I have almost 120 years of experience, or as he calls it, wisdom. We know better. So this podcast is for thinkers, seekers, and skeptics who are done, finished, kaput, outsourcing their health to the very system that's making them sick.
Well, enough people got beat up from COVID vaccines. I mean, I've seen a number of these patients recently, and they're devastated. They got immune problems. You name the symptom, they got it. They got racing hearts, their low thyroid, they can't sleep, their stomach pains. It's unbelievable. And they lied about the so-called research, which they really didn't do. And they used the people as guinea pigs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To get more clients for the future. So, we're going to try and dig deep for you, but we're going to hopefully keep it understandable. And we'll dig deep. There's a lot of corruption from the medical journals and that are ghostwritten to the hidden agendas of healing, like power, light, sound, water, resonance. Because health is not a prescription. It's a frequency. It's a lifestyle. And Dr. Jerry goes on and on about he loves clean water. And why not? We're almost 90% water, right, Dr. Jerry?
You better believe it. And guess what? It's the fluids in your body that are the conductor, the orchestrator, the uh, self-correcting mechanism. Because when the fluids pass through the organs, they become imprinted from the frequency of the organs or tissues. And as it keeps recirculating through the body, it keeps resetting the self-correcting mechanism to keep the organs like an orchestra in harmony. It's too damn simple. I had an epiphany about 3.5 months ago and put together a Tesla energy card called the Whole Body Tune Up. And the feedback that we're getting from patients is pretty miraculous. So you just retune the body back to factory default and starts working normally. So it gets you out of the fog. It clears your head. It gets you to feel 21 again. And, like I say, enjoy it like a first date.
That's great. And that's where we're coming from, ladies and gentlemen. Getting your body healthy was because we're not living longer, believe it or not. We're 6 years, dying 6 years younger than Spain. And of the years that we do live, 12 of them are spent with chronic diseases. And that's what our Secretary of Health is trying to attack. And a lot of it can be controlled by lifestyle, but you need clean water, clean air, movement, restorative sleep, and a great diet. And we hope that we'll be able to bring this to you in understandable language, and we want you to be part of it.
So the bottom line is, here's the question: are you really ready to become part of the real health rebellion, not the fluff? We're going to give it to you straight from the heart, straight from clinical experience, not airy-fairy theoretical Reader's Digest information. This is real science.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not another podcast. This is a movement to restore truth, to restore vitality and freedom to medicine. As you can see from our caps that was designed by Dr. Jerry. Make medicine great again.
That's what I made the hats. Make medicine great again. So we're going to expose the lies, reveal the science, and empower you with tools that actually heal. That's the name of the game. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Just getting a water filter system in your house will purify the water so your organs won't have to purify it and get sludged up. It's that simple. Eating real food, not something wrapped in plastic and microwaved and it's dead. So if the bugs can't even eat it, how the heck are you going to survive on it?
Yeah. Let me dive into, take a rabbit trail here, because I have a friend who has a chronic disease, amyloidosis, and he's retaining fluid. That's called edema. So his doctor said, cut out salt and take water pills. They're called diuretics. Well, it worked for a little while. Now it's not working. So I asked him, what is the cause of your fluid retention? He said, I don't know. I said, well, did you call your doctor? Did you ask him? He said, he don't know either. The doctor did not use the Socratic method of critical thinking. He didn't tell my friend if it's coming from his heart, his kidneys, which could be toxins from his liver. It didn't tell him whether maybe he's taking too many fluid pills. He's getting a reverse reaction. So this is what we want to talk to you about, getting to the root causes. And I got to give credit to my dear friend, Dr. Jerry. He's been doing this for quite a long time. And both of us have had an epiphany about the training we have had in allopathic schools, where you get 20 minutes of nutrition in 4 years. And you're taught all about pills and medication, but not to get to the cause of the problem.
Yeah, they focus in on symptoms, like you're 100% right. And the other unfortunate thing is they don't teach them the skills to diagnose the underlying root cause. So, for example, the dental complex, your mouth, your teeth, your gums, your bone, is an arena that's totally ignored by probably 98% of healthcare practitioners. And back in the 40s, there was a symposium down in Baltimore where you had dentists and medical doctors together, a tremendous big symposium, and they were talking about dental interference fields. So just give you an example, I had a patient years ago that had emphysema, and they were treating him with steroids to treat the rust on the fender. And I tracked it down to a strep infection in the jawbone where he had a tooth extracted 15 years ago. So that residual infection was there for 15 years. And when I got rid of the residual infection, guess what? His emphysema totally disappeared.
Wow. Yeah, because you took the time to look for it. And that's not what's happening today. And they are demonizing what they call, quote unquote, unproven therapies: ozone, hyperbaric oxygen, scalar energy. But as Dr. Jerry and I know, these are not fringe ideas. They're just inconvenient to the pharmaceutical model, which is diagnose, prescribe, and repeat.
Well, the key is it interrupts with their revenue stream. And anytime the establishment, which is AMA, for American Mafia Association, Big Pharma, when they start attacking things as quackery, unscientific, you know damn well that it's the truth. And they're just trying to put the kibosh and censor it because they don't want the little people to have access to real healing.
Yeah. And we'll bring you stories about real healers that all of a sudden disappeared and their research disappeared.
Well, perfect example was Max Gerson. Here, this poor guy left Germany in 1936 to avoid the persecution that was going on in Germany, came to the United States. He literally figured out a mechanism to reverse cancer. And guess what? Pharmaceutical companies paid his secretary to steal his manuscript of his book that he was writing on cancer. And then they poisoned him twice. The first time, they didn't give him enough arsenic. The second time, they gave him a high enough dose, and they killed the poor guy.
Excuse me. Well, this is the kind of material you're going to hear, because we have realized during our careers that health, it does not come from a pill. It comes from power, and the power begins when you stop obeying sickness and start living truth and visualizing that truth.
Well, the other unfortunate thing is, like you mentioned about the illnesses later in life, your last 6 months on the planet, that's when they rape you. They suck all the money that you have left in the bank for their magic, treatments. I had one patient tell me her husband had colon cancer, and one chemo treatment was $32,000. I mean, this is unconscionable. And I recently had a patient in from Ohio that was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And guess what? The neurologist said to her, well, we have this new special IV drug, $20,000 a pop. And he said, if you don't take it, you're going to be in a wheelchair in 6 months. I mean, it's all fear-based medicine. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, fear is a virus. Fear can kill you. Fear can make you lock down, can make you do crazy things like they locked us down for months. That was all the virus of fear. So if you're tired of being gaslit, if you felt that nudge that something's off, if you're ready to reclaim your health and your sovereignty, this is going to be your home right here on the Real Health Rebellion radio station.
So the bottom line, people, if it resonates with you, please share this episode, subscribe to our channel, and join us every week. We're here because we want to be here. We're not getting paid for this thing. We're like Donald Trump. We don't get paid for being president. We don't get paid for being on air. But we want to give back to society all the knowledge that we've accumulated for so many years and thousands of postgraduate courses. I know Dr. Ron has kind of run around the world also, like myself, gathering information and connecting the dots. You don't find this in the textbooks.
Exactly. So with together, yourself, Dr. Jerry, and myself, let's break these chains. These are chains of the medical matrix. Let's reclaim the future of human health. Let's be hopeful. Let's be powerful. Uh, and if this type of show resonates with you, please tell your friends. Please join in the Real Health Rebellion Radio. We're a movement. We do it because we like the truth. We're going to amplify it. And if you want to join this rebellion, join these two rebels right here, these old rebels, because we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen.
So head over to YouTube and X, which is formerly Twitter, and hit that subscribe button and follow us at Health Rebellion Health Radio. That's where the real-time truth drops. Guest announcements, and behind the scenes, the intel will live. Yeah, the key in is we're out there for you, people.
Yeah, we're going to bring in people that really want to tell their story. I have somebody from the inside of the AMA. We probably will not show his face, but we'll bring him his audio. That's going to expose what goes on in this billion-dollar industry that doesn't even need the doctor's dues. So we're going out on a limb. They're going out on a limb. And speaking of guests, our first interview next week will be one you will not want to miss. We're kicking off things with Dr. Will Wong, a man who defies any category. He's uncategorized.
So anyway, here's a Marine, excuse me, a naturopath, a physiologist, an Orthodox priest. He's going to be coming on when? Following Dr. Wong's?
He's going to be Dr. Wong. That's Dr. Wong. He's a Marine, baby.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Son of a gun.
And yeah, he's a Marine.
Priest too. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and he's got,
on me. What's going on?
Well, he's got all kinds of jiu-jitsu and martial arts qualifications. He's a PhD in physiology. He worked with the Olympic weightlifting team as their naturopath and physiologist. He's Dr. Jerry knows him well. He's an encyclopedia. He's lived it all. He studied it. He fought for it. He's still in the fight. He still makes some supplements and the strongest systemic enzyme in the world.
Yeah, it's amazing. In fact, I had a wound on my hand because one of my cats accidentally dug his nails into it, and one of the products that I used was zymescence because it's double encoded, meaning it has a special coating on it, or two of them, so that the stomach acids won't dissolve it. And it took down the pain and swelling and prevented any scarring. So yeah, it is the best systemic product on the market. In fact, in Europe and Asia, they use it routinely for post-surgical patients. Over here, they're totally ignorant of the concept.
Yeah. Well, and again, because of our background, I studied with Hans Nieper in Germany. And one of the things that he did to a relative of mine who I took there, put him on Wolbane, a systemic enzyme, to get rid of her problem. And we weren't using that in the 70s and 80s for diseases. We didn't know about it. Well, Dr. Wong brought it and made the strongest one there is.
You're talking about Wolbenzyme?
Yeah, Wolbenzyme. Yep. Yeah.
Powerful stuff.
It takes 40 of them, I think, to make one zymesses, but he'll tell us exactly next week.
Yeah.
So Will, since you didn't know he was in the military.
No.
He's going
and I didn't realize he was an Orthodox priest either. I got to be my language next week.
Oh, yeah, we're going to keep it clean, baby. So look, Dr. Wong is a great guy. We both know him. We use his products. And he's going to be here and share with us what the military taught him about resilience, what the church taught him about his spirit, and what the system tried to bury about healing. He's going to be raw. He's going to be real. He's going to be here next week, baby.
So share this episode. And remember, rebellion is contagious, and the American Revolution was carried out by only 4% of the population. So we don't need 51%. We just need a good core of people to keep spreading the truth about health.
Now, listen to this.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Well, if you can't handle the truth, this station is not for you.
Absolutely.
So if you can handle the truth, right, go where, Jerry?
Yeah, go listen to Sanjay Gupta. Yeah, let him give you the fluff.
Yeah. So if you can handle the truth, if you want to hear the truth, this station is for you. We won't take up a lot of your time. We'll try and keep it under 30 minutes so you can listen to us on the treadmill if you're not listening to us live. But we are very grateful. We have a lot of gratitude that we are in the stage of our life now where we can just devote our time to bringing you up to the date truth about everything that's going on and unbundle it so you can understand it, and bringing you guests that are on the same page, that want to make the world a better place, that so we can take care of ourselves and not be trapped into the medical matrix of a pill for an ill.
And just remember, I'm going to leave you with a last pearl. Never, ever trust a medical doctor who has dying plants in the reception room.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to play a little of my friend Freddie's little closer, and we will see you next week on the Real Health Rebellion Radio live on YouTube, and we'll probably have others by next week, but you definitely can get us on YouTube at the same name. Have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for the day. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you when the doctor is in the house.
All right, we're going to have to add Dr. Jerry's name to that, but we'll see you next week. Thank you, Dr. Jerry.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I thought it went real well.